Good afternoon, kids, parents, chess teachers. Welcome back to the chess lesson. We'll study again Greenfeld Indian because kids liked our number 80 lesson. So we'll talk a little bit more about this opening. And I found really an incredible game that Grandmaster Shirov played against Grandmaster Boris Gelfand in 2007. So what we have is Greenfeld Indian that starts this way with a d5. Now, pawn takes on d5 is the best move that you can play with the white side. Of course, there are many different ways white could play, like knight f3 and queen b3. But this is the move that you need to know. And here we are in the main position of the Greenfeld Indian, c5. So, well, black wants to attack the center. White has strong pawns on e4 and d4, and white will try to protect those pawns, but black is attacking them. Now, rook b1. This move was very popular, and the idea of rook b1 is to use the open b file, target the pawn on b7. Castling. And now c takes d4, c takes d4, and queen a5 check. So with this move, white is sacrificing a pawn. Black takes the challenge. Now, what are the reasons that white would give this pawn? With a very quick deployment of the pieces, white hopes that the initiative is going to be so strong, and that way white could win the game. On the other side, players who accept to take the pawn on a2 hope that they will be able to deploy the pieces and stay with a pawn up. This pawn that could be very dangerous, right? And they hope for a favorable endgame. Castling. Bishop to g4. Like, the idea of this move is very clear. Yes, there is an attack here on b7, but the idea is to take on f3 and then take the pawn on d4. Knight c6. The same idea here, right? That the pawn on d4 is attacked, or if the rook takes on b7, then rook b8 could happen, and you can have an open b file that might be very useful for black. Now, Grandmaster Boris Gelfand played d5, knight e5, bishop to g5, and b6. Bishop to e7. Takes the pawn on e7. According to Stockfish, you can see I put the lines here. White is better. The advantage is 0.47. But in a practical game, it is very hard to play those kind of positions. There are so many tricks, so many different strategical ideas, and you'll see that black actually was fine in this game. Pawn to d6. Of course, very dangerous pawn. Knight goes to c6. Bishop to b5, and knight takes on e7. So Black is forced to sacrifice the exchange. H3, bishop takes, queen takes, queen e6, bishop takes on e8, and we got into the endgame. Now, white is in exchange up, but black has those two very dangerous pawns. Now, if those pawns can move forward, then they are going to be very unpleasant for the white. Right? So the two pawns could easily win the game. So white has to be very careful. At the moment, again, the stockfish is giving a small advantage, plus 0.35, but you will see very quickly this changed. Rook e1, bishop goes to d4. Excellent move. Bishop is very good on d4, and here black plays move a5, queen d1, and bishop c5. Okay, so right now there is no advantage for white anymore. The game is even. Right. Those two pawns again are very, very unpleasant. Right. The bishop is stable on c5. It is protected. Now, rook e2, rook e6. This is a very interesting idea with a rook e6 and a rook to d6, right? Offering a trade. Of course, white cannot take on d6 because there is a move in between queen g3 check because the pin, and then you can come back and take on d6. Well, so that's not what happened in the game. In the game, king g2 is played, rook takes, and now pawn goes forward. So you can see right now that it is really dangerous for white. This game can switch easily into a winning position for black. So white has to be very, very careful. Rook d2, a3, queen to c4, king g7. Look how Shirov is nicely putting his king on the same diagonal with the queen and protecting the king. Rook to d7. White has a very unpleasant attack here. Queen f6. And now Grandmaster Gelfand decided to play f4. Sharp move. Also the move that is opening the king. Right? So it's a risky move. And here from this moment, we are going to see one of the most beautiful calculations that ever happened in the game of chess. I am quite sure that Grandmaster Shirov could see everything that happened until the end of the game. He's an extremely talented chess player for tactics, for calculations, and he proved that in many other games. So there is no doubt in my mind that from this moment he could see every move until the end of the game. Just look at these gorgeous combinations and calculation. Look, from this moment, he plays queen b2. Now, of course, when you play queen b2, it's clear that you have to calculate, right, everything, because otherwise you are going to get checkmated on f7. So queen f2, then he plays h5, and here g5. Well, g5. Right, so what to do here with the white side? Taking on h5 is not going to work because queen f3. And the only move is pawn takes. And now, fabulous move, king to g6. Now, king to g6 is protecting the pawn on h5 and setting up this idea of queen f4. Look at this cool move, queen f4, and if the pawn takes, then bishop f2, checkmate. Beautiful, right? Very, very beautiful. Now, queen c3, f6. Look at this move. Black is absolutely fine with trade, because if the trade happens, right, then the next move is a2, and guess what? If you play a move like rook to a7 to stop that, to stop the queen, right? There are different ways to win this position. Probably bishop d4 might be the easiest one, but you can also take the queen, and if rook takes the queen, then bishop e3 and the checkmate on g5 cannot be stopped, right? The g4, bishop f2. So Grandmaster Shirov did see all that, of course. And now after f6, Gelfand played there's a move rook d5 and a2, rook f5, and it looks like white is winning because the queen f6 is a threat, rook f6 is a threat, rook f2, right? But this incredible move, queen to f4, what a move. Oh no, this is really unbelievable. Look at this move. And after queen f4, they still continue playing. Of course, you cannot take rook f4 because pawn takes, but if you take, I mean, that's what happened in the game, right? Pawn takes and then bishop f2 check, queen g3, and right, bishop captured, queen. The reason that black is winning is because this pawn, right? If white could capture that pawn, then white will have a chance, but that's not possible because the check. And so after this move, now black is going to get a second queen, right? Yes, those pawns look very unpleasant, but there's no checkmate, and black just won the game here. b1 and 2 queens, and that's it, right? Of course, 4 pawns don't have a chance against the queen. The queen is much more powerful and winning the game easily. Look at that beautiful game. It's a long one, so I would suggest you can find that game in a many different websites like chesstempo.com. That is a beautiful, wonderful website. Chess.com has this game. leechess.org has this game. chessgames.com has the game, and I'm sure chess365 has this game. So, and probably many other websites. I apologize that I cannot mention all of them. So that's the game that we studied today, and go a little bit more through this because it's a complicated game, and then of course you'll have to do a little bit self-study. Bye bye. Have a good rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow.